If you don't start to comply, we will start selling you on the market like cattle. We have all the guns. Don't forget that. Okay, I know that guys are inherently slower than women are. I mean, sorry, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to help you out here. What you don't comprehend is that women have been living in fear of men from birth. Okay, so these threats, this means absolutely nothing to me. Okay, what's happening is you're angry because you're lonely. Things are not going the way you thought they would. You thought it would just be easy for you and you would coast through life and get everything you want, and that's not happening. That's not happening. And where you are is at a fork in the road, guys. Okay, so you have two choices. A, you can continue down the path that you're on and behaving the way that you do, and then you will legit die alone. Okay, your biggest fear, you will die alone. Okay, nobody will be by your side. Or the option I recommend is to go to therapy, work on yourself, become better human beings, and then hope like hell a woman picks you one day, okay? Because the tables have turned. You don't understand that we do not need you anymore. We do not care. You serve very little purpose, okay? You're not providers. You're certainly not protectors. I mean, you're making threats against us right there. So you can't protect us. You're a threat to us. And you're not providing anything financially or otherwise. You're not even nice. You guys are at a fork in the road. Choose wisely. Choose wisely, okay? May the odds forever be in your favor. Good luck.
Listen, some of y'all ladies gonna have to settle. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but listen.
Oh, Pookie, you're so behind. Women picked up on this a long time ago. You see, if you haven't noticed, there are a couple of different types of women. The first group, they no longer give a fuck. And they have decided they would rather be single than to settle. So you're behind. All right. These are the group of women that they are now diving headfirst into their career or school. They're also traveling. They're also buying homes. I know you saw the article about how women are outpacing men when it comes to home ownership. They are cultivating their friendships with other women. They are making sure that their children are good, pouring heavily into their children and family. The other group of women have decided to turn to other women romantically. They have decided, hey, I'm out and I'm going to partner up with another woman romantically and live my life happily. There's another group of women that they have decided y'all gonna get this sprinkle treatment. And yeah, they gonna sprinkle. And then there's another group of women. This is the smaller group. They are possibly going to find what y'all consider a unicorn. I believe, in my own opinion, the sprinkle group and the small group of women that do find their unicorn, they're going to be the ones that provide us with the population. They're going to have the babies and keep the population going, except those children are going to be raised very, very differently. And they're probably going to help repopulate this earth. All this means is that there will be fewer Dusties in the future, is what I'm getting from women deciding to do what is best for them. When women make decisions that are best for them, it also has a beautiful way of being what's best for the world, for the planet. That is where you can find women. They are A, not choosing men at all and deciding to live a life of peacefulness. B, they are turning to other women romantically. C, they are getting with the what y'all call top 10% of men and sprinkling through their life. Or D, they are finding those rare men, and they're building a life together. So we already knew this. This is what is all over social media now. We get it. We figured this out way before y'all. There are going to be a few that are a little slower to get to it, but they're going to figure it out nonetheless. So we don't have to settle for anything, because you forget, once a woman gets past that desperation to be with a man, to have a man, she finds that life is so much more peaceful, because for eons, it was all about y'all. It was all about getting a man. And for a lot of our grandmothers, great grandmothers, it was based out of survival. They had to have a man because of laws that y'all created. You know, women couldn't have shit. But now the tables are turning and the rabbit has a gun now. So there will be less and less Dusties as women continue to evolve. Because when we put our minds to something and we do something, it is for a greater purpose. It is for a better world, because we run this shit, not y'all. So I'm glad that you happened upon this epiphany, or whatever you think. You said something so profound, but we've already known this. We've already been on this. And even at the end of the day, having no man is a better option than you thinking that we're going to have to settle.
So fun fact, I got contacted by a major news organization to give my opinion on the 4B movement based on this video where this comment came from. So here's what I said. Do not get it twisted, my fellow American men. It's not like Korean ideas came over here and convinced women to stop dating, stop getting married, stop having sex, and stop having children with y'all. I know you think we're stupid and that our ideas do not originate in our own brains. It's always outside influences with you fellas, right? It's always like our friends who told us to get a divorce, or it's some trend that we saw on Instagram or whatever. And so now it's foreign invaders coming in with this 4B movement that's going to convince a bunch of American women. No, you did it. You men. Through your actions, you convinced us all that we are good, that we don't need you, and we're fine on our own. So yeah, make no mistake, it was you. It was your skid marks. It was your farts. It was your lack of consideration and caring. It was your lack of hygiene in general. It was your gaming. It was your corn addictions. It was the fact that you don't listen when we talk. It's the fact that you don't improve when we ask you to. It's the fact that the minute you get us, every single thing that you did to convince us to like you in the first place goes away. You know, we tried really hard to like you. At least I did. Most of the women in my generation did. We married you. We had your kids, we fed you dinner, we kept your house, we worked, split the bills, 50-50, whatever. We went to counseling, we held your hand, we held your head, we held your heart. We made your doctor's appointments, we bought you clothes, we bought you gifts. We tried. So, when you hear about American women and the 4B movement, no, it was not Asian invaders who changed our minds about men. It was men. Love you.
Have to settle. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but listen.
Okay, I know I'm late to the party, but I am compelled to chime in with this guy. And here's the thing. What we have to remember as women is that men think that we think the same as they do. And with men, Men know that eventually they're going to have to settle. And what they mean by settle is they will end up with a woman who is less than their ideal beauty standard. So maybe she has cellulite on her ass. Maybe her feet are too big. Maybe she doesn't have the hair color that he likes. Whatever. Maybe she's skinnier or chubbier than what he would prefer. But he will settle for her because she is a utility for him. And he knows that having any woman is better than no woman, because a woman always improves a man's life. But every man thinks that he's slinging dick, right? And that eventually, he's going to upgrade that Hyundai to the Beamer when he gets his money right, when he gets his degree, when he, checks off some more boxes. But right now, here is utility broad who is going to make sure he has some children, make sure he eats dinner, make sure he goes to the doctor, make sure he gets a bed frame, and make sure he gets laid sometimes. So he's like, you know what? Any chick is better than no chick. And the problem of it is that these guys, they let their women know by the way that they act in the house. They let that woman know through his actions that he settled for her. But they think we think the same. They think that we think, well, we got to have a guy because why? I don't know, but here's my theory. Again, because men think women think like them and that we're motivated by the same thing. This guy in this video straight up cannot get his head around the idea that we would rather live alone without the potential of someone in the vicinity to fuck. I swear to God that that's what that is, because that is their sole motivator. They think it's a feature, not a bug, that they're always down to fuck. They think that that is why men are the prize, because they're like, what I wouldn't give to have a woman in my house who wants to fuck as much as I do. What a gift. And so they can't at all wrap their tiny brains around the idea that we would be like, no thanks. You know what? Me never fucking is better than me ever interacting with skid marked drawers that commingle with my own luxurious clothing in the hamper. We would give up sex for that, and men will give it up for nothing. So they think eventually, yeah, okay, lady, he's bald. Okay, he's short. Okay, he works at the gas station. Okay, he doesn't work at all. Okay, he plays video games nonstop, but he's willing to fuck you. And they think that we'd be willing to settle for that, because they would not care if Glenda from the grocery store with 6 teeth, bald, with a mustache, well, she's DTF, and sometimes she brings home burritos. Oh, fellas, we're not like you. We have standards, and we are fine.
He hates you. They hate us. Men do not like us. Be alone. That's really the only other option. Just be alone. Look in the mirror. Sit with yourself. Cry. Have an ego death. And then get really hot. get a bunch of hobbies, be extremely successful, and write a fucking book or something. Just be alone. Oh my God. It is so much better than being with someone who fucking hates your ass. You know who doesn't have to hate you? You. You don't have to hate yourself. You could work on that relationship and it'll be so fulfilling. The journey of it too, of loving yourself, is really fulfilling. Just be alone. He hates you and they hate us. Stop trying to make it work.